Wow. Quality way to end Saturday night. The Rangers match the score from last night, but except the Rangers don't get blown out this game, and the Rangers win 12-1. Awesome game all around. Trevor Bauer has some unfortunate uh, outcomes in this game. He, his team, the team committed, I don't know, two or three errors that led to two unearned runs. Trevor Bauer gave up 6 runs and 4 earned runs. One of them was an inherited runner when David Price came in the game. So, yeah, but not a dog shit night from Trevor Bauer. He had 8 strikeouts. So, not an absolutely terrible start from Trevor Bauer. Um, but man, early in the game, I really thought the Rangers were going to shoot themselves in the foot because they had base running blunders. So, first off, Adolis Garcia, trying to round the bases, went to third, and then he was rounding third, touched third, and he's like, his mind's in limbo for some reason. Because Joey Gallo hit a ball to right center, and I don't know what was going through Adolis' head, but for some reason his mind all of a sudden was in limbo. He's like, oh, he stutter steps just as he's rounding third, and then last second he just gets to running to home, and then what happened was, everyone's yelling on the field, throw the third, throw the third, throw the third, and not sure who threw the third, but yeah, JT catches it, touches third, and Dolis is all of a sudden out. I'm confused because I've never seen anything like this my whole life watching baseball games. And so, yeah. And what I was shocked was Woody didn't really have a talk with the umpire about it. Uh, Something that is a weakness, not necessarily a weakness, I mean, this could be improved upon, but uh, something I noticed about Woody, whenever something that's confusing or unfair, what seemingly looks unfair happens to the Rangers, you never see Woody go out there and talk with the umpires, like not yell in their face if there's a bad call, because he does that. He makes sure his voice is heard on that thing when it comes to that sort of thing. But when it comes to calls that like are initially confusing or there's just something unfair happening, I never see Woody walk out there and just have a conversation with the umpires. Joe Madden always has conversations with umpires. Um, who else? Ron Washington, he had uh, conversations with umpires. You see the managers that just want to understand what's going on, they go out there and have conversations with the umpire. But Woody, don't really see him doing that. What they were doing was instead, Don Wakamatsu's on the phone seeing, okay, can we review this play? Nothing happens. And yeah, I learned something new today. Apparently, Adolis Garcia was vacating third base, even though he rounded third base and was approaching home. And shoot, my Xbox is about to turn off in 5 minutes. Let me change that up. But yeah, that is like the first time I've ever seen anything like that happen. Like back when I played MLB 2K, my player, my my guy would see, like an outfielder would catch the ball and I'm like rounding third. I'm like, shoot, I need to run back. And my guy would cut the corner running back to second. So I'm thinking, is that allowed since you're vacating third all of a sudden? That was funny to me. That's really confusing rule. I need to read up on that. Uh, but then right after that, Joey Dangers Yellow scores on a Nate Lowe hit. But the problem was Nate Lowe was going for second, even though there's a Gold Glove outfielder in center, Mookie Betts. Um, so Nate Lowe tries to hustle for a double, And then Joey Gallo, he's jogging to home, but then he realizes, oh shoot, Nate Lowe's stretching this for a double. So then at the last second sprints towards home. But the problem is, Nate Lowe slides in, initially called safe. There's a challenge, and oh my god, it is it, it is like a split-second difference between Joey Gallo touching home and Nate Lowe being tagged out. The call was reversed, runner was out. Um, and I just thought, oh my god, the Rangers already screwed themselves out of a run. So glad they didn't screw themselves out of another. Um, After that, the Rangers calmed down, and yeah, the offense did very well tonight. Joey Gallo with 2 hits, Nate Lowe with a home run, Jason Martin finally doing something tonight, having 2 hits, at least 2 hits, and his first career home run. What I think's great about that is Dodgers fans all riled up about being blown out. A fan throws a ball back onto the outfield. They could have had themselves a signed glove or something, or a signed bat, something of value from Jason Martin if they just kept that ball. But hey, easy exchange. The Rangers just have to wave their hands, get the ball back. Good for Jason Martin, first career home run. That's got to give him confidence because, man, he was struggling to get it together. But yeah, Kobe Allard, clean start. 5 innings, no runs. I don't know how many strikeouts he had, but from what I was seeing, he was painting the corners pretty well. The only blemish tonight is just the home run that Taylor Hearn gave up. Which, man, I feel bad for Taylor Hearn. He's good. It's just that he has those outings where he just gives up 1 or 2 runs and then his ERA just doesn't benefit. It stinks. And one funny thing, David Murphy, just before AJ Pollock hits the home run, he's like, not to be superstitious, but could the Rangers end this streak tonight? And as soon as that happens, AJ Pollock hits the home run, and Dave Raymond's like losing it. He's like, "Oh my, talk about good timing." And then he's like, Dave Raymond's like, "You're on probation, David Murphy." So that was funny. Why did David Murphy have to bring that up? The Rangers could have shut out the Dodgers if David Murphy kept his mouth shut. But they were just having fun about it. There's no hard feelings towards David Murphy. That's what Dave Raymond was saying. But only blemish tonight. Other than that, man, it was great to see the Rangers finally get a break because they had 16 consecutive losses on the road. And thank goodness the Rangers could just finally enjoy a win and just sit back and relax. Because I've yet to see the Rangers really do that this season. They've had so many close games. They've had games where they have a lead, but then they gave up a few runs. Sorry, I thought someone coming upstairs. And they just, they have to just, they can ease into their wins, but they just have to be careful. But finally, they can just have a game where everyone can just have fun, not be so hard on just, hey, let's make sure we don't get too far ahead of this thing. Let's make sure we don't get carried away. They can just chill. Oh. Hey, Joey Gallo had a stolen base tonight. Good stuff. He has yet to be caught stealing this season. Good stuff. Anything else that happened tonight that was interesting? Position player played. Mookie Betts had a rare error tonight. Anything else that happened? If anything else happened that I didn't mention in this video, I'll just include it. But, man, I am tired, bro. I'm as tired as a dog right now because usually, with my job that I got a few months ago, I've been falling dead asleep. Even during Rangers games, I've fallen asleep, unfortunately. And, man, I fell asleep during games. It just pisses me off. But luckily, I fall asleep early and I don't miss my shift because, I forgot to set alarms in those situations. But, man, I finally stayed up almost 1 a.m., 12:59 as I'm doing this. And I have work at 9 a.m. in the morning. Rangers play 3 o'clock Central tomorrow. Dane Dunning starting against Walker Buehler. I'm not having lofty expectations, but I know Dane Dunning has to do well if the Rangers want to win the series tomorrow. But man, good game tonight. I gotta say, this is on the list of my top favorite games tonight. Um, One last thing. I know somebody's gonna bring this up. Hey, Woody allowed an unwritten rule to be broken. Please shut up. Y'all harp on everything there is about those types of situations. Like, in that situation, Chris Woodward let his former player come out, not himself as a manager. And in things like Tony La Russa, he's been a manager for like 40 years. And he's been accustomed to just enforcing those kinds of rules. With Woody, he's been taught those rules, and his former player self was coming out. That's why I called him out for it. Like, focus on being a manager, not a former player. So, come on, just let me enjoy a Rangers win. Please just don't bash me about the inconsistency. Like, just let me enjoy a win, please. That's all. I definitely need to go to bed because I work at 9 a.m. tomorrow. But great win. Rangers win 12-1. Exchange scores from last night. Rubber game tomorrow.